Studio today, and I'm going to let him say his name.
How you doing? My name is Erick Fayard.
Say it like
Front yard.
front yard. It took me like 2 weeks.
It doesn't rhyme with Mrs. Baird's bread.
That's good. Yeah.
Front yard Fayard.
So where do you hail from, and what kind of music do you like to play, or what genre do you think you are, or whatever? Everybody I have come here says Americana.
Okay.
So
I'm originally born and raised in Bossier City, Louisiana. Been a Louisiana kid for most of my life, but now I make my home in Fort Worth, Texas. Love me some Fort Worth. Lived in Longview, Texas for a long time, and I moved to the Metroplex 4 years ago in February.
Okay.
So
we had you out at the Sunday 10 at
Yes.
Wild Country. That was a good time. Good time.
absolutely.
And we like to get right on to the music here on the Ride Home Show, so we're going to get you to kick us off with something. Let us know what you're going to play.
Okay.
Then we'll talk a little more about your dates. You said you had coming up. You're going to be traveling a lot in
actually.
the near future. So what do you got for us?
All right, this first one, I hope to be recording it very soon, and I hope you like it. It's called A Girl, a Boy, and a Smile. Here we go. She walked in through the door to steal the night, with legs to Luke and Bach and love in her eye. He walked in through the door to leave behind an old dream crushed by a woman unkind. A pair of plans south on McCann, soon collide and wake the tide. Hearts will break, it's a matter of time before star-crossed love shakes the paradigm. This big shockwave could crack for miles, and a girl and a poetry, just a smile, just a smile. Ooh. The shots begin to fly, she lives it up. The whiskey's kicking in, he feels his cup. She sees him down the way, her mind is made. He sees her and ponders the new charade. Could this be the missing key? Her heart's on lock to be set free. Hearts will break, it's a matter of time before star-crossed love shakes the paradigm. This big shockwave could crack for miles, and a girl and a poetry, just a smile, just a smile. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hearts will break, it's a matter of time before star-crossed love shakes the paradigm. This big shockwave could crack for miles, and a girl and a poetry, just a smile. And a girl and a poetry, just a smile. And a girl and a poetry, just a smile.
right, y'all. This is something new that we're bringing to the Ride Home show, the 5 o'clock hour. We're going to start having some local artists come into the studio and talk about their music, play their music, of course. And I had Holly Joe in here last Friday, and we were talking about how local artists or artists starting out, how they make a living anymore. And CD sales is just not the way to do it. And the way she put it to me was, book as many gigs as you can get.
That's absolutely right. There's no question about it. I mean, I've had my car for 2 years. It doesn't even have a CD player.
Right.
So, I mean, I've been talking with people, when are you going to get a CD? When are you going to get a CD? It's...
Yeah, everybody now talks about what's called an EP, which is just, it's still digital. And I guess in your car now, you got to carry a flash drive around with you. You just stream everything nowadays.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the booking gigs. You said you have quite a trip coming up.
That's true. Yeah, a good buddy of mine, Garth LeGrone, and he's also another songwriter here in Texas. He's been in the process of booking a leg all the way up to right outside of Detroit, Michigan. So we'll have stops here in a couple weeks. Hot Springs, Arkansas, Tulsa, outside of Tulsa, Oklahoma, I think. Kansas City, Missouri, another town in Missouri, all the way up to Michigan, and then back through Jackson, Tennessee, and then back into Texas. So that's going to be about 10 or 11 days going to see some of the country that we've never seen before. So, he's done all the booking, so I'm probably going to have to buy some beers and pay for some hotel rooms, but that's fine. I'll take care of it.
And I'm assuming you're taking something bigger than the car? Or
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
A tour bus coming.
I wish.
All right, well, on the radio side, I got to play a couple commercials. We're going to keep the Facebook Live thing going, so hold on a second. You people there on Facebook, hang tight. And I already got some commercials going. That was pretty good, man. It sounded good in here.
Cool.
So we got quite a few people watching right now. And, of course, we're going to share this later on all my rowdy friends, all the Facebook places. So, of course, you can listen in on GranburyRadio.com. The audio quality is a lot better on the radio side than it is on Facebook. So, nothing else, mute the Facebook video and listen on GranburyRadio.com.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's very brief, only a short distance from Indian Harbor, y'all. They offer auto insurance, home insurance, rental dwelling insurance, renters insurance. They also have insurance for motorcycles, RVs, and boats. They also offer SR22s. Call Tammy at 817-573-67.
All right, y'all. After this one, we got one more little 10-second one, and then we'll be back on the air. Still on the air on Facebook, though.
6720. This program is produced by GranburyRadio.com, right here in Granbury, Texas.
All right, y'all. We're back here with Erick Fayard. He already got one song down, and we already talked about his tour dates he's got coming up. But main reason why we brought him in here is we wanted to share his music with us. So, what are you gonna play? What you want to play next?
I don't know. Actually, I'll play the first single that we put out in December. You can find this on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon Prime. The guy that sells umbrellas down the street. Kidding. I was telling Michael Henry, a good friend of mine, like,
he has a CD coming out.
I know. I'm
or a
looking
single
forward to
coming
it.
out.
Yeah, and I told him before, it's like every time you mention which avenue it's on, you just seem like you're making up stuff as it goes along.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, it was just it was a joke.
What's the name of this one?
The name of the song is called Rain. I hope you like it.
Well, the Rain was actually played today on GranburyRadio.com's Midday with Yogi.
Nice.
Today.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
You got to get to hear it again here on the Ride Home Show. Here we go.
All right. Shaking, bones are aching. Can you feel it? I'm coming for you. Fear is spiking, pain is striking. Do you feel it? Ooh, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. You can't run, you can't hide. I'm in your veins. The hour to drain. Hell is the storm. Hell is the storm. And I am the rain. You're not dreaming, no you scheming. Can you feel it? I'm coming to you. You're in this hearing, fly appearing. Do you feel it? Ooh, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. You can't run, you can't hide. I'm in your veins. The hour's now. The time has come for blood to drain. Hell is the storm. Hell is the storm. And I am the rain. And I'm the rain. You can't run, you can't hide. I'm in your veins. The hour's now, the time has come for blood to drain. Hell is the storm. Hell is the storm. Hell is the storm. Hell is the storm. And I'm the rain. Rain.
That's it.
Yeah. Woo. That's it.
Now, one of the things, the reason why my wife and I started the Sunday 10 at Wild Country was to get to meet artists like Erick. And I'm sure you played a lot of places in Fort Worth. I'm finding out there's open mics like every night of the week.
Everywhere, every night, especially in the stockyards.
Yep. And I still want to make it to one of those campfire ones that's up there on Camp Bowie.
Oh, yeah, Last Resort, Randy's Last Resort. That is a lot of fun. I've been out there one time. It was a while back, and it was in January. It happened to be one of those January nights where the temperatures were, maybe mid-50s, low mid-50s, perfect weather, still kind of, springtime, Texas weather can't make up its mind.
Right.
But the smoke kept coming at me wherever I went. I ended up being sick for a month, and I haven't been back since, but I need to get back out there. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've heard they have 20 guys show up in a big old circle.
The one time I went, there was 14 or 15.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're lucky to get to play once or twice. Not that that's a bad thing.
No.
That's some of my karaoke events, every Friday, I have 25 people show up. If you do the math on it, I'm there for 3.5 hours. And 25 times 4 to 5 minutes a song, they only get maybe twice if they're lucky. Then at 11:30 when they come up, they're like, I only got to sing once. Well, you can't fight math. I mean, you only get your time is your time.
Yeah.
So now on the Sunday 10 that we do at Wild Country, we give everybody 30 minutes, which I heard's a pretty good amount of time to give for an open mic. Usually by the time you get tuned up, your time's already up, and they're like, well, thanks for coming. But, yeah. So
the 30 minutes is good. It's good and healthy.
For everybody.
You sing your originals, hammer out maybe a cover or two. No, it's perfect.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
So what else you got on your brain today? I know you had a couple of days to think about coming down here and the trip down here. So.
I was just driving, enjoying the view. Granbury is gorgeous. The last time I was here, the sun was going down, so I didn't really get to witness all of it. Had no idea that there was a lake right there.
Oh yeah, been around since '50s. Yeah,
it's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. I don't know. Go check out my music, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify. If you want to take a look at show dates, go to erickfayard.com, ErickFayard. And it's usually updated as soon as a gig gets booked. What else? Dig the music. I hope you dig the music anyway.
Yeah, Yogi's listening right now, the one that played it today on our radio show. And she was going to try to come up here, and right when you got ready to play the Rain, she goes, now make him wait to play Rain until I get there. And then as you started, she's like, no. But
is she still coming?
Well, I don't know, but she still got to hear it. She's on there.
Play it again.
She's on there listening. Come on. So how many other ones you got to play? I mean, we got 30 minutes to kill, so.
Okay. Well, there was one I was going to play, but I'm about to go in the studio to record it. But it's not done yet.
Ready yet?
It's not ready yet. There's going to be some surprises for that one, so I'm not going to sing that song.
Yeah, we don't want to give that one away yet until you get it.
Right.
The way you want it.
Yeah, so just in due time. In due time. This next one, I just put out in February. It's the second single. It's been getting a lot of good feedback, good positive feedback. It was inspired by me being a, can I say this on internet radio?
Can on internet, but not AM.
Okay.
Depends on what it is. We'll discuss it off the air in a minute, then we'll let you know what he was saying.
Yeah. It was,
or PG it.
Let's just say that I was forced to sleep on the couch for an extended period of time because I'm a guy, and I ended up writing this song because I got tired of sleeping on the couch.
Okay.
It's called Only One. I hope you like it. Here we go. Pissed at me, no big surprise. I can feel the fire in your eyes. Look at me, the storm of tears will pour. If you turn and walk out that door, I may not be the right one for you. Heaven knows it's easy to see. Please don't leave, I'm begging you. You're the only one for me. You're all I need. There's no doubt my timing isn't right. I've fallen short, but worthy of the fight. The truth be known, should you see me through, I'll erase every trace of failing you. Maybe I may not be the right one for you. Heaven knows it's easy to see. Please don't leave, I'm begging you. You're the only one for me. Can't you see? You're all I need. Girl, you captivate me. 'Cause deep down I know, and deep down you know, you can't let it go. I may not be the right one for you. Heaven knows it's easy to see. But with this ring, I promise you, you're the only one. You're the only one for me. And always will be.
All right. Well, we got to take a little break for some commercials on the radio side, but Garth says hello. Garth.
What's up, Garth?
There we go. Yeah.
G Money. He's got some new music out too.
Does
Check him out.
On Saturday,
All right.
10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
All right, folks, on Facebook, I turned the microphones up a little bit. I thought I didn't have it turned up enough, so if it was too low in the beginning of the video, it should be fixed now. You know, still learning the video side. You know, it took me a year to figure out the audio side of just doing radio. Now, all of a sudden, I'm doing these videos, and got quite a few people on here watching it. Obviously, the sound can't be too bad, or you guys would have been complaining about it. So,
and exotic reptiles. Kids will enjoy the crafts and activities.
speaking of Reptile Day, they're doing a commercial for it right now, where I am, for the Fall Creek. They killed a snake in the studio, or in the building here today. It wasn't poisonous, but yeah, our station manager found like a 3-foot snake wrapped up in the transmitter room today. Welcome to Texas.
I was on Runyon Canyon in LA one time. We're up to the top. We got to the very top, and I'm telling you, it was a python about that round, about that long.
Just one that
right in front of us,
got away.
just chilling, and I was like, "Yo!"
Wow.
There's video of that someplace.
All right, y'all, got one more commercial coming up. It's tax time. Then after we get that one, we'll be back on the air here at 14:20 and on GranburyRadio.com.
Agent our block is here to help no matter how complex your tax return. We are proud to be a member of the Granbury community. Give us a call today at 817-573-3722 and put your trust in America's #1 tax service.
All right, y'all, we're back. We got Erick Fayard here in the studio with us. Talk about his dates, and he's going to be traveling soon. Talked about some open mics, and been playing some of his music. And I hope to get a copy of the one that you said you're not going to share with us today as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
You know, we also started another internet station that's just for local people, and it's called FireAntRadio.com. If you ever want to hear some stuff you've never heard before, check that website out, because my wife and I created that station just for y'all. You guys go to all these different places, play your heart out, and the only thing we want to do is help get that, get your music out there.
And I can speak on all the other artists. Thank you very much. That makes.
I mean, there's other ones out there,
very big deal.
But Granbury, Texas. I'm from here. There's a lot of great talent right here in Hood County that nobody knows about. The funniest part, though, is when I started the Sunday 10, I told all the people around in Granbury, hey, we got an open mic coming up. And I had a few people interested in it, but as soon as I put it on all my rowdy friends on Facebook, I filled up the first 2 weeks, and everybody was out of Fort Worth, Arlington, West Side of Fort Worth. I can't hardly get any locals to come down, but you guys will drive an hour to come down and play. At Wild Country, and everybody's been great. They're real nice, and they love the venue. I mean, it sounds good in there, and I'm hoping to get some more Granbury people involved in it. So, But we'll take who we can get.
You need to get Shotgun Josephine on that.
Yeah, she's been now the next one we got coming up, where we got Shotgun will be here this weekend. She got Oz to come in, Will Hancock, all these people that are on here. That's because of them. She contacted them, and they basically helped me make the schedule for this week. I got hold of Doug McKenzie a couple of weeks ago, and he said, yeah, but everybody else you see on that list right there, she told me they're coming. Yeah. So they're getting on it. And then we got some events coming up at the VFW here that we're going to be doing. It's actually selling tickets to them. So instead of it being like an open mic night, these guys can come in and make a little change.
There you go.
Turn it into a paying gig.
Sure.
That's what you guys are wanting to do. So
pretty much where we're at.
I mean, that 30 cents a pop on iTunes, it takes a long time to add up. I mean,
I actually looked it up on my distribution website, distrokid.com. Let me plug that if they're listening. Put out music December the 7th. That's when Rain was released to the universe. And then only one. And I think my balance on iTunes as of April 1st, April 2nd was like $18.
Yeah. The Rocky Lot Band out of Fort Worth. I love those guys.
Yeah.
And we were talking one time. I said, well, how does it work? We're talking about the whole CD sales thing. He goes, yeah, I've had like 1,000 downloads on this, and I've had hundreds of people look at the album and said, really? He goes, that's great. He goes, yeah, I got great numbers. I said, well, how much money have you made? He goes, grand total, about $100.
Yeah.
And there's 5 of us.
Yeah.
In the band. So you had to, split it between the band. I'm like, wow. But, they're still doing what they love.
True. And a lot of people think that's crazy. It's when I got bit by the bug, I mean, and it is. It's a music bug, just like anything else. I thought I was crazy, being like, I think I want to learn how to play guitar. It was. We were talking about my good buddy Garth Throne, who's listening right now, and it was 2007, 11 years ago. I was working in Longview, Texas, at Graham Central Station. Just moved over from Louisiana, and he let me move in with him. He was usually gone most of the week, and he would come by on the weekends, and we'd go and hang out and drink beer and whatever else. And he had this beat-up guitar. It's the story that you've heard 100 times, the guitar in the corner.
Yeah.
And he had his guitar in the corner, and I just sat there and looked at it for like a week, and it was just one of those, you've always wanted to learn this. You've always wanted to give it a shot. You have all the time in the world because you have no social life.
Yeah.
You get home at 4 o'clock in the morning.
You're just sitting there anyway.
You've got beer in the fridge. You've got an AM radio, and go print out 30 pages and learn how to play chords. And that's how that happened. And 11 years later, here we are.
All right. And you're on my show. I feel kind of privileged.
Yeah. It's my first ever radio show promoting my music.
That's awesome.
Very first one.
I appreciate that.
So thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
You have more music for me?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Twist your arm.
This is one of the first songs I wrote. Speaking of being from Louisiana, I graduated from LSU. I'm originally from Bossier City, and having to drive from Bossier City to Baton Rouge, I had to take this road, and it's not the most extravagant scenery on this road to and from North and South Louisiana, but it holds a special place in my heart, so I wrote a song about it, and this one's called 49. I hope you like it. Driving down this road, I've traveled down this road, and I'll drive on down this road, whatever way, whatever home, you got me to the goal, got me to the girl, you got me to the family, whatever way, whatever home. 49, shine your light on those who follow you. Bossier City, Baton Rouge, shine your light. 49. Some have sacrificed, some have paid a price, some have lost their lives, ever way, ever home. So I put my faith in you, I keep my trust in you. May I always believe in you. Whatever way, whatever home. 49, shine your light on those who follow you. Lafayette, Lazio's, shine your light, 49. Shine your light on those who follow you. Whatever way, whatever home, shine your light, 49.
Instead of a mic drop.
Bottle drop.
Bottle drop. All right, we got a few more bills to pay. See you right back. You're listening to Erick Fayard on the Ride Home with Michael Reed Show.
Ready to try out the best donuts?
Yogi said she can't make it, but she definitely wants you to make sure.
2200.
Sunday 10 thing again.
Yeah.
She wants to meet you.
I will. 668.
She just now got in the bug of starting to meet all guys like you. She's like, that's kind of cool. We get to meet people that play the music. I'm like, that's kind of what radio's supposed to be all about, you know?
Yeah.
So.
They have authentic German food, German beer on tap, with a great German.
And she requests when we get back on here, she says, make sure to listen to GranberryRadio.com. Because she's on there every day. I've got a lunch with Lynn. That's from 12 to 1. And she plays like whatever's in her brain that day. Then midday with Yogi, as she plays a lot of our stuff, local stuff. And then
3 to 6.
I'm stuck with country kind of. So I can say that now because I'm not on the air here. I have to play at least 80-20 because this is a classic country station. But during the day and all the rest of 20-something hours, we play wherever the hell we want to.
Yeah.
But I can't when I'm here. So I'm the one that's kind of locked into a playlist of what I've got to play.
Located at 207 Western Hills Trail.
Last commercial, then we're
Thursdays.
done with commercials.
Friday is Acoustic Fridays. Saturday, they have live bands. And now on Sunday, they have the Sunday 10. We invite 10 local artists to take the stage from 6 to 11.
And the Sunday 10s worked out pretty good for us because I've tried so hard in the past of say, hey, we have an open mic night in Granbury, Texas.
Yeah.
You know, nobody shows, you know, or one or two will. So doing it this way and scheduling people has worked out better for the artists and for us.
Yeah.
All right, I got all the commercials out of the way, folks. So we got about another 15 minutes or so with Erick here in the studio, and I don't have to interrupt him anymore. We're still on Facebook Live. You can catch that on the Ride Home with Michael Reed page on Facebook if you want to see the studio where we're doing it. But main thing is, I'm not in it that much. I keep poking my head in there every now and then. I got a face for radio, not a face for video, even though I still do the videos every now and then because I got to do my promos and stuff. But yeah, any more music you want to play? You just want to talk for another 15 minutes?
We can talk. We can, you know.
We can do whatever. You said that you had some experience in radio and television.
I did many moons ago when I had hair.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, graduating from LSU, the initial goal was to be an anchor on SportsCenter.
That's a good goal to have, though.
Yeah, it was fun. I wanted to be a sports guy for a while, and had a cup of coffee in radio and television. There is a YouTube video out there with some highlights from my short tour in Lafayette. Ghost of Fayard Pass. You can find it on YouTube. It's pretty funny.
So it means at one time, you're still a big avid sports fan.
I'm an avid sports fan, absolutely. Being from Louisiana. Now, I want to go ahead and say this is a precursor. I like the Dallas Cowboys. I do. The Rangers are my baseball team, but when it comes to football, my heart belongs to the LSU Tigers and the New Orleans Saints. So that was growing up in Louisiana. Funny thing about Shreveport particularly, Shreveport is kind of the middle. Yes, it's Louisiana, but it's only 20 miles from the Texas border. So Shreveport and Bossier, you're either a Cowboys fan or you're a Saints fan. And either one pretty much is correct. Okay, Dallas is closer to Shreveport than New Orleans is to Shreveport. You have that angle. Saints,
you got the angle that you're in the state, not in the state.
You got to support your state, And it is weird because ever since I've moved to Dallas-Fort Worth, Cowboys fans are also Saints fans for the most part. Yeah, I wish Sean Payton would come back and whatever else. And then you go down to New Orleans and Baton Rouge, we're more concerned with beating the crap out of Atlanta and Carolina and Tampa Bay. Those are your main rivals. But at Shreveport, it is heated because the Fox affiliate can only show one or the other if they're on the same.
Oh, that's right.
And it used to be Cowboys.
TV thing.
Oh, yeah, buddy. So it used to be Cowboys every week. Shreveport was a Cowboys town, but the Saints fans would get mad. And it creates this whole thing. And, of course, being a Saints fan, we had to endure that divisional playoff loss to Minnesota with 6 seconds left. And Cowboys fans on our old Facebook feed let us have it. And anytime the Cowboys fans lose bad, Saints fans let them have it. It's just one of the weirdest things. So I had to go out and say, look, I like the Cowboys, but my heart belongs to the Saints. If they're not playing each other, I will root for the Cowboys all the way. Turns out this season, they play each other in the big house. So,
see, it's like back in the day, all about TV ratings and stuff. If they didn't sell enough tickets to the Cowboys, they wouldn't play it either. So my grandparents had to tune to Denton Channel 10. They would still play it, get up there, play with the rabbit ears or whatever, and listen to it or watch it on another channel because the big networks would play because there's a blackout there. In other words, we didn't sell enough tickets, you don't get to see it either.
Yeah,
type thing.
You're stuck with the I don't know,
the subpar transmission, from somebody's camcorder.
I don't know how they do that or something like that.
Yeah. So it's all about ratings. So.
Yeah, I know, and it still is.
So what part of Fort Worth are you in?
I'm in the Ridgely area, 30 in Camp Bowie area.
Okay.
I'm 3 doors down from that 24-hour fitness, but I walk a little bit further to whiskey business in Fort Worth.
I got you.
Already huffing and puffing, feeling guilty about myself that I
so in the Fort Worth area, where's some of your favorite places to go play at?
I play at Whiskey and Rye in the Omni Fort Worth Hotel. I'll be there next Tuesday. This Saturday, I'll be at the Moon Tower in Fort Worth. That show starts at 9 o'clock. At the Moon Tower. Yeah, anyway, that's my terrible McConaughey impersonation. Let's see where else. Last Resort, going to play around the campfire is a lot of fun. Let's see where else. I play in Bedford at Danny's Celtic Pub about once a month. I used to live in Bedford. That was my home base. So
gotcha. Okay.
Hello, Danny's Peeps. Grapevine, I played at Tap In Grill and Pub on Main Street. I played there before. I played there this past Tuesday. I'll be back there again next month. Bishop Arts District in Dallas at Parker Barrows. I played there a lot. What's up, Parker Barrows?
It's been my experience that the acoustic scene's come along pretty good, that it's easier to book acoustics than it is. I have bands struggling to find venues because it's just harder and harder to book.
See, I've heard it the other way around.
Have you really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here we book a lot of acoustic stuff, we have every Friday we do it at Wild Country, but finding bands to play here locally is it's harder and harder to find a venue that's willing to pay for a full band.
That's the other part.
It all still comes down to money.
Yeah.
I mean, and that hits me hard too, being like a karaoke DJ and a regular DJ. I have clubs call me all the time and say, hey, this Saturday, blah, 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 our band fell through, can you come fill in? I'm like, well, yeah, you're calling me because I'm cheaper than a band.
Well, it's true.
I'm like, pay me the band rate. Yeah, I'll be there. Like, well, we can't do that.
Yeah.
You're just a DJ. Well, Get that band back.
Yeah, it's true. And also, it was funny. I went down to Austin. I played in Pflugerville a couple weeks ago, and I was talking to no. Excuse me, with Pflugerville, it was Marble Falls, and I was talking to their GM, and I told him, I was like, it was really weird. There wasn't a whole lot of live music going on 6th Street in downtown Austin. He said, yeah, it's starting to die in downtown because it used to be, from what I was told, any hour of the day, night, closing time, 1 o'clock in the morning, 7 days a week, there would be a live band on 6th Street. Now, live music stops at 10, and it's DJs filling the rest of the night. And he says, but he's saying it's starting to venture out north and south, like to Marble Falls, to Pflugerville, to even Buda and Kyle on the south end, of course, heading down towards St. Marcus and New Braunfels.
Right.
So I thought that was crazy, but I mean, and then he told me it's actually, he was the one that said it's actually easier for me to book bands than it is to book acoustic guys.
Huh. Well,
that's from down there. So
that's from down there. I mean, up here, it just seems like we got more acoustic people coming out than bands. All right, well, we got roughly 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes? I'll sing one more.
You'll sing one more?
I'll sing one more.
All right.
This is the song that's currently in construction. I won't sing the under construction version. I will sing it how I wrote it the first time. And as a matter of fact, this is the very first song I ever wrote.
All right.
And I finished this 10 years ago, almost to the day.
Oh, wow.
So recently. Yeah, very recently. It's called Lonely for the Lone Star. I hope you like it. Here we go. He's gazing at a sunset in the distant shore to put his mind at ease. But the heat of that amber sky can't warm this cold urge to grab his keys and head back west to the place that he loves the very best. He's lonely for the lone star. How'd he ever get so far from the place that he once called home? He longs to feel like he's gliding on the heat from Nolan Ryan that burned up the Astrodome. He knows he'll never raise the bar when he's lonely for the Lone Star. Some say a beach can cure a heartache, heal an open wound and revive the soul. Well, tell that to a Texan whose own little slice of heaven includes a pickup truck, a case of beer, a Ranger Red, and the Alamo. He's lonely for the Lone Star. How'd he ever get so far from the place that he once called home? He longs to feel like he's gliding on the heat from Nolan Ryan that burned up the Astrodome. He knows he'll never raise the bar when he's lonely for the Lone Star. He's lonely for the Lone Star. How'd he ever get so far from the place that he once called home? He longs to feel like he's gliding on the heat from Nolan Ryan that burned up the Astrodome. He knows he'll never raise the bar when he's lonely for the Lone Star. When he's lonely for the Lone Star.
10 years ago?
10 years ago.
Why have been sitting on it that long?
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm waiting for the full reveal, and it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming for you.
Yep. All right, y'all. We had Erick Fayard here in the studio with us here on the Ride Home with Michael Reed show. Going to get on back to our other playlists so that way we can wrap up the day.
One more time, just got a shameless plug. ErickFayard.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it's all there. iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. You can find it on my website, ErickFayard.com. Michael, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
If you missed any of that, just call me at the studio. I'll pass it along to you. All right, here we go with some, how about some Kenny Rogers? I love this song. Here we go.